My name's John Graham, and I'm a badass granddad you didn't know you had. I'm here to tell you another story in my adventures, this one about being named by my own government as a threat to national security. In these episodes, I'll also offer some tips about taking risks and living a life with meaning, courage, and passion. For almost 20 years, I've been very active as a peace builder in the Middle East, Israel, Palestine. And in the beginning, I realized that I knew the Israeli side of the story pretty well, but I didn't know the Palestinian side very well. And if I was going to be a peace builder, I had to know both sides. So I went to a refugee camp in South Lebanon, a refugee camp run by Hamas, the same people that started the war in Gaza a year and a half ago. But Hamas did other things as well. They were also the premier social welfare agency for all the Palestinians. They ran hospitals and schools and did lots of other good things. And so I went down to talk to them, and they definitely told me the Palestinian side of the story, beginning with their grandparents being kicked out of their homes in 1947-48 to make room for the new nation of Israel. So I ended the session, and on the way back, I stopped at the airport in Paris. I was taken out of the line and down to a small windowless room and quizzed by French intelligence, undoubtedly sparked by the CIA. They were watching me all the time. I was down at that camp, and I knew that. Anyway, I finally got on the plane home, and I thought maybe the issue had been dealt with. But 2 weeks later, I was trying to fly down to California to see my granddaughter, and I was hauled out of the line at the Seattle airport and given a letter signed by the government that said I was a threat to national security and civil aviation, and that I was being put on something called the no-fly list. Well, they let me fly down to California, but for the next decade or so, I was hassled and harassed every time I got to an airport trying to take a flight. I almost missed some flights. So the issue is, my efforts at peace in the Middle East obviously failed. But going down to talk to the Palestinians was the right thing to do, because as a negotiator, I really did have to know both sides. So I did the right thing. Here's the broader point. You're involved in something really important, and you realize you have to take risks if you're going to succeed. Look at taking those risks. Be smart. Do your homework. Get help if you need it. Do all the things I've suggested elsewhere in these episodes about taking risks effectively. And then go ahead and take them. Yes, you may fail. And failure will have consequences, but take the risks anyway, because it's the right thing to do.